Hi, this is Betsy Birdsong with the Birdsong Group, brokered by eXp Realty. I want to answer questions about flood insurance and why it is important for you as a real estate agent to have a very clear understanding about flood insurance and what it means for your buyers and sellers. I find that there are a lot of real estate agents that do not have a clear picture about what that means, and I think it's really important, and I get these questions all the time from agents. The first thing that you need to do is you need to find out what the flood zone is of the property, and you might want to know, where do I go to find that? Well, actually now in Matrix you can find it, and if you need help in figuring out how to do that, give me a call and I'll walk you through it. The other thing that you can do if you can't get online, get on Matrix, is that you can call your go-to insurance agent, give them the address of the property, and they're going to be able to tell you what the flood zone is pretty quick. Now, if it's in an X zone, a C zone, or a B zone, then flood insurance is not going to be required by the lenders. It doesn't mean that they don't need flood insurance. Of course, you live in South Louisiana, everybody needs to have flood insurance, but the lender's not going to require it. Now, those zones, again, it's X, C, and B, are not going to be very expensive, and the flood insurance price is going to be based on the price of the house and the content coverage that people want. Now, if the flood zone is an A zone, then that's not the case. The flood insurance could possibly be a lot more expensive, and the price is going to be based on that individual house and how high off the ground it is compared to the base flood elevation of the area. Now, you might want to know, well, how do you figure that out? Well, you're going to have to get a flood elevation survey done. You might ask the sellers. If you're working with the buyers, you're going to ask the sellers to either, if they have one, to provide it, or if they don't have one, that you're going to want them to get it. It's about $250. Your buyers need to know if they're going to be able to afford the property because of the flood insurance, so you need to find that up out front. If you're listing a property, of course, it's important to know what the flood rate is as well, because it affects the price that the property is going to be able to be sold for. If it's in an A zone with a really pricey flood insurance, then of course the house is not going to be able to sell for as much as it probably could sell for if it's in an X, B, or C zone. You want to ask your sellers for a copy of their flood declaration page. We are supposed to include that with the seller disclosures. Go ahead and attach it when you're attaching the other documents in the MLS. I know there's a lot of agents, if the price of the flood insurance is high, they don't want to include it. But you know, what I tell people is flood insurance is what it is. There is not much that you're going to be able to do about it. And why do you want people to waste time going to look at your property, upsetting the sellers, if it's not going to be affordable for that particular buyer? Or if it is affordable, then you want everybody to know that too. Again, these are just some of the important aspects of understanding about flood insurance. You want to do a great service for your sellers and your buyers, and it's important to understand the topic. There are a lot of ins and outs of this, and so I want you to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you need help trying to figure it out. Please give me a call, send me a text. My number is 504-376-7650. And again, this is Betsy Birdsong with the Birdsong Group, brokered by eXp Realty, talking about a very important subject, which is flood insurance.